a lot of international students, they're actually struggling to land their first job in Australia.
To get your first job here in Australia is basically through networking.
A big concern that students often have is if a course becomes fully accredited later, do earlier graduates also benefit from this?
Yes, without going through the lengthy process of competency demonstration report.
Don't just choose a course, choose a direction. My name is Toolsika and welcome to Danford Dialogues. Today we're unpacking what it actually means for international students who are pursuing or who want to pursue Advanced Diploma of Engineering Technology here in Australia. By the end of the day, it's not just about what you're studying, it's also about where it's going to take you. I'm very pleased for today to be joined by Dr. Adil, who is Danford College's Director of Engineering Education and Applied Innovation, who has more than 30 years of extensive experience in engineering education and industry pathways. Dr. Adil, welcome.
Thank you, Toolsika.
Dr. Adil, first of all, I want to touch on something that students often hear, especially when they're researching about engineering courses. So what exactly is Engineers Australia and what role does it play in the engineering industry here?
Engineers Australia basically are looking for the profession. They need to ensure that people who are admitted as engineers are highly proficient, and they are also having high ethical standards and conduct their roles with responsibility, and they look actually for sustainability and look for the all broad issues, and they are practicing competently in their field or in their area of practice.
Oh, absolutely. And another term that comes up when we're looking as well is provisional accreditation. Before my next question, congratulations to Danford College and congratulations to you on achieving provisional accreditation for the Advanced Diploma of Engineering Technology. It's a strong step forward for both the institution and our students. So Dr. Adil, can you just tell us a little bit about what is provisional accreditation?
According to Engineers Australia website, a provisional accreditation is always a step towards gaining the full accreditation. And normally, as Engineers Australia posted in their website, if an engineering course or program hasn't yet produced a sufficient number of graduates, it may be granted a provisional accreditation, and this is what we had because the program actually is just accredited. The curriculum was accredited just about 6 months ago, in June 2025. So obviously there is not enough graduate, but according to Engineers Australia criteria, the program or the provisional accreditation means the program meets the accreditation criteria to the extent possible at the time of the evaluation and will likely achieve full accreditation when a representative group of graduates had emerged or have emerged. A representative group in our program is about 5 students. So once we had 5 students graduate from the program and gain employment, Engineers Australia will be in contact with the employers so as to assess the students' capabilities and knowledge and application of the knowledge and skills. And after that, we hope to get the full accreditation as stated in the Engineers Australia website. So this is what does it mean, a full accreditation. The impact on full accreditation for engineers or for students, once you gain full accreditation, it makes it easier for them to gain recognition by Engineers Australia. They can be even admitted to the area of practice without going through the lengthy process of competency demonstration report.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for giving us an insightful knowledge about that. A big concern that students often have is if a course becomes fully accredited later, do earlier graduates also benefit from this?
Yes, all graduates who are actually enrolled in the course from September 2025 will be eligible for full accreditation once it happens, because this is the criteria. set by Engineering Australia. So students who are actually enrolled in the program up to, after or from September 2025, they will be actually considered for full accreditation once it happens.
And looking ahead, does full accreditation actually going to be influencing the skills assessment pathways that graduates will have?
Certainly, yes. Students who are actually having full accredited qualifications, they don't need to go through the CDR pathway as set by Engineering Australia.
All right. Now, let's speak specifically about Danford College. What makes the Advanced Diploma of Engineering Technology course at Danford College stand out when it comes to preparing students for real-life careers?
We are using a different product or a different curriculum compared with other providers. Our curriculum is based on Victorian curriculum. We got it under or from a special approval from Department of Education in Victoria. The curriculum actually is very rich in different knowledge or broad knowledge, skill, and application. In the curriculum, students will learn a lot of foundation, engineering foundations, including math, physics, statics, and also they get into different areas of practice, like, for example, design. They actually learn the principle of design in steel structures, timber structures, concrete structures, design of footings. They also have access to labs. We are having heaps of laboratories, including structural modeling lab, which is set to basically to encourage the students' innovation because the students are engaged actually in these labs by doing personal or what's called individual experimentation. So that will enrich and will enrich their knowledge and expertise in this area. Also, our students will learn some surveying principles using pseudolights, using digital, for example, stations, using leveling equipments. So they will have they will have an understanding of surveying principles. Also, students will have exposure to very good experimentation in soil mechanics, soil engineering. Also, they have knowledge, or they will have essential knowledge in doing some material testing because they have access to material testing facilities. And above all of that, students here have a very dedicated AutoCAD facilities, including access to 3D printing. Our students actually will be capable to produce 3D models and using 3D technologies. So this is basically, I will give the students heaps of knowledge, skills, and application, and that will put them in a position to stand out in the future when they apply for job opportunities. Also, at the moment, we are actually negotiating with some providers the possibility of getting access to work placements and work training or some form of interaction with industry. Also, will provide our students here with a program of connection with the industry, including inviting guest speakers from the industry through our what is called Industry Talk. This is basically a program where industry practitioners come and meet with the students frequently in the campus. Also, we are planning also students to get into site visits. We had already a couple of site visits for students to get acquaintance with civil construction practices in Australia. And the last thing that which we need to cover is basically we prepare the students, or we try to empower students' learning by actually making them more active in taking control of their learning and their destination by encouraging them to develop their own e-portfolio, which they can take it later on to showcase their achievements with the prospective employers, or even if they want to pursue further education, they can use that portfolio basically to gain some access to higher education providers, maybe scholarships. So we will do our best basically to equip the students with the necessary skills, knowledge, and application that would give or make them stand out in the future.
It's actually amazing to learn about all the support that you're actually giving to the engineering students. And yes, our industry talk was a very big success, and we're planning on coming up with more topics that will be very insightful for the students that we have at Danford. Now, Dr. Adil, what kind of career pathways would this qualification actually open up? You mentioned a little bit about the internships, but what sort of other career pathways would you reckon will be very beneficial for our students?
According to the job prospects, students graduate or completing this qualification, in fact, they can practice, or they have a wider or broad area of practice. They can work as draft persons, and we know that if they work as draft, means that they have to hook up to sit in an office and do drafting all the entire life. And also they have an opportunity if they are looking for adventures and working on a site, different sites, and engage with industry people and engage with construction, then they have opportunity to work as civil engineering technician. With the civil engineering technician, they can have heaps of job opportunities. They can work as, for example, laboratory technicians. They can work with the council as technical officers. They can work in construction sites as assistant engineers or assistant project managers. So there are heaps of opportunities that the students actually can do in the future once they get maturity and once they decide what direction they want to pursue.
Absolutely. And are there particular skills that stand out that will definitely benefit the students studying this course?
What we are trying to promote in our students is the self-learning and ongoing learning, because engineering is a very dynamic area, especially when you talk about software or applications of software in engineering, and now we have even artificial intelligence coming into civil engineering practices. So you will find, or any individual practitioner in civil engineering area will find themselves actually challenged by new applications, new softwares coming every day. So they must have the ability to be continuously willing to learn and progress. So it is very important for our students basically to have the passion and the interest and the motivation to be lifelong learners. And this is what we'll try to promote in our students.
Absolutely. And I think especially with the e-portfolios, it will be much easier to showcase their skills and what they've learned as well.
That is very important. You are absolutely correct, because ability of or the power of e-portfolio, basically, it can continue the students later on, for example, when they want to continue their education, or even if they want to enroll, for example, or to achieve a chartership status. At each of these stages, actually, they were asked to provide or to showcase their achievement and their progression. So e-portfolio is the right form or the right format, actually, to document and showcase the student achievement or the individual achievement through the entire life.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Dr. Adil, for our last question for today, is a lot of international students, they're actually struggling to land the first job in Australia. What sort of practical advice would you give them to stand out, and especially to succeed after graduation?
Okay, number one, and the most important one, is the networking. And networking. To get your first job here in Australia is basically through networking. And to get or to develop a good network, basically you need to participate in most of the activities that which are run by the industry. That includes, for example, webinars, includes, for example, attending exhibition. So that will be the first important thing. As I said, we are trying to help the students by providing some form of traineeships or internships. And that, again, once we find a successful internship or a traineeship for a student. We hope them that actually to excel. So from my past experience, around 30 to 40% of students who actually go through an internship, even if they are international students, still they get an offer out of their internship if they demonstrate their ability and their competency in conducting the tasks that which are assigned to them. So it's very important for the students basically to engage, number one, in the networking, and number two, if they get the opportunity for internship, to maximize their effort and opportunities to get a job out of that internship.
Absolutely. Networking would be the first key to help them. Yes, well, thank you so much, Dr. Adil, for all your insightful comments and especially sharing your experience as well as what would make our ADET students very successful. Well, if anyone is listening, if you're considering the ADET course pathway, just remember it's not just about studying, it's also about choosing a pathway that supports your future. If you'd like to learn more, reach out to our admissions team at Danford College and ask us all the questions you want. And thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode of Danford Dialogues.